Crash Bandicoot High School, Chapter 3! This time, they're doing POV switches, so this is, Coco's POV for this first bit here. It's, Crash's sister, or whatever, sister thing. I don't fucking know. Coco grunted as she tried to push open the door, which in turn did not budge. Coco tried again with the same results. Then she felt someone move her gently aside. She watched as her best friend Spyro, the fucking dragon, pulled open the door. "Spyro!" Coco yelled, smiling and giving him a huge hug. "Hey, Coco," Spyro said, smiling. Coco noticed people pointing and giggling at her and Spyro. She frowned. As far as Coco and Spyro were concerned, they were just friends, but the rest of the school saw them as a couple. They often acted like a couple. They ate lunch together every day. They hung out together every second of every day. They had even kissed in 3rd grade, but if asked them about it, they would say that they were just seeing what it was like. What is that? What? They were just seeing what it was like? What? What does that even, what does that mean? When asked them about it, but if asked them about it, they would say that they were just seeing what it was like? What was like? Dating? Being together? Fucking? Tucking? Sucking? Trucking? Ice road trucking? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Spyro broke the hug to hold the door open for Coco. With a smile, he motioned for her to enter the school. She smiled back at him and walked inside. Spyro followed, not far behind. They slowly made their way through the growing maze of students, hoping to get to their first period before they were late. Somehow they managed to make it. They entered their English class holding hands. Yeah! Crash stood with his tray looking for Tawna. He searched desperately for his girlfriend. Instead, he found Pasadena. Crash decided to go hang out with her until he found Tawna. Crash walked up to Pasadena, smiling.
"Hey,"
he said,
"can I sit by you for a minute?" Sure,"
Pasadena said, surprised. She smiled and pointed to the seat next to her. Crash sat down, still smiling. Pasadena smiled too. Crash and Pasadena had a conversation that included many things. After several minutes, Tawna walked up to Crash.
"Hey, handsome, want to eat outside today?"
Sure." Crash got up, smiling at Tawna and waving goodbye to Pasadena. Crash and Tawna both exited the cafeteria and walked outside. There were 8 picnic tables outside. Tawna's friends Meg and Kitty, like Meg from Family Guy. Crash guessed that was where they would sit. His guess was correct. Oh, Meg and Kitty were sitting in one. I fucking forgot to read that forward little bit there. Sorry, I fucked up.
"Hey, guys."
Kitty smiled at them as they sat down. All these girls now have shitty British accents. Kitty was by far the happiest girl in school. Nothing ever upset her. She was also the nicest. She was also the nicest. If you take nicest, you can make the word incest out of it. That's kind of fucked up. Of Tawna's friends, she had curly brown hair, often in a ponytail, and green eyes. She was of average height for a senior. Crash and Tawna both replied with a hello, and they looked at Meg expectantly.
"Hi, I guess,"
Meg said, paying them no attention. Meg always seemed to be bored. Even when she was cheering, she showed no emotion. She was, however, the second best cheerleader on the team after Tawna. She had straight black hair and green eyes. She also was of average height. Overall, it wasn't a very pleasant lunch. Kitty talked way too much and Meg didn't say a single thing. Crash never blamed either of them, though. That's just how they were. As the bell rang, but Crash's girlfriend is a fucking bitch. That's just how she is, but, she's totally a fucking bitch. As the bell rang, signaling the start of 6th period, Crash and Tawna both got up. Crash walked Tawna to her class. They shared a quick kiss before she disappeared into her class. Crash then went into his. Now we're at Pasadena's POV. This is fucking annoying. Pasadena entered the cheerleading locker room and smiled. Despite Tawna being the captain, cheerleading was Pasadena's favorite part of the day. She opened her locker and changed into her uniform. She turned and found herself face to face with Tawna, and the captain was not happy.
"Listen here, you little slut. Crash is mine. He has been since 8th grade, so stay away from him or you're fucking dead."
The fucking isn't in there. I added that just so you know. Tawna said, clearly pissed off.
What?
Pasadena asked, clearly confused.
"I saw you two at lunch. You're obviously trying to steal him from me, and I can't let that happen,"
Tawna said, then she calmly walked away. Pasadena sat down and thought about Tawna's threat for a minute. Would she really kill Pasadena over this? And she wasn't even trying to steal Crash from Tawna. She knew she had no chance from the start. Pasadena was no longer in a cheering mood. She left the locker room and walked home. Tawna had irritated Pasadena before. She had annoyed Pasadena. She had even upset Pasadena. But for the first time, Tawna had caused Pasadena to be scared. Scared for her life. All right, let's go. Chapter 4. Like I said, this just gets a lot worse as it keeps on going in. But the really, really bad parts that I've seen are in the way later chapters. But we have to get through the shit before we get to the good stuff, right? Coco's POV. Coco was walking home, followed by Spyro, who was spending the night. There had been no track practice because the coach was sick. In reality, she was probably at home with her new boyfriend, fucking tucking, sucking. Nothing was said as Coco and Spyro walked. This was strange as they always talked. Coco tried several times to start a conversation, failing each time. She began to notice that Spyro was acting weird. Spyro, are you alright? You're acting kind of strange, Coco asked, looking over to her best friend. Yeah, of course, Spyro said, glancing at Coco nervously. Then he changed his mind. Actually, there is something I wanted to ask you. I was, wondering if you, do you want to maybe go to the winter dance with me? Oh, what a cute little thing. High school, huh? High school, what a bunch of strange shit going on in high school. Coco stared at him and then replied, well, yeah, we're best friends. And if you remember, we already were planning to go. Spyro began to look even more nervous. I kind of meant it as more than a friend, like as a couple. Coco looked down at her feet. Oh, well, you see, we're kind of just friends, Spyro. She sighed as she saw Spyro's face fall. All right, look, just give me some time to think about it, okay? She said, hoping to cheer him up. Spyro's POV. All right, take all the time you need, Spyro said, putting on a fake smile. Spyro had recently realized that for a long time he had been in love with Coco, but hadn't had the courage to admit it. He was hoping she would say yes, because now if she said no, Spyro would have to face the pain of rejection from the girl he loved. But if she said yes, Spyro would never know if she really loved him back, because at first she had said no. Spyro's getting fucking hardcore friend-zoned here, guys. Better pull out the blue balls. Yeah, Spyro's fucking, boy, he's fallen into the friendly zone here. Man. Spyro's just a fucking nice guy. You think Spyro's a fucking incel? He's just an involuntary celibate? Man, what a poor fucking dragon, huh? Hey, I think I'll just go to my place tonight. I'll spend the night some other night, Spyro said. Spyro, you don't have to, Coco started. No, it's fine. I'll see you at school tomorrow, Spyro replied, turning around as he walked away. Spyro glanced back at Coco. Tawna's POV, about 9 p.m. Tawna lay in her bed thinking about May things. Not June things, not July things, specifically May things. Her mind strayed to her boyfriend, Crash. She knew she hadn't treated him as well as she should have as of late. She had just gotten so caught up in upholding her reputation. Seeing Crash with Pasadena at lunch earlier had made her realize that she would go to any lengths to keep her boyfriend. She loved him, despite what others thought. She was not using Crash for popularity. Being cheer captain automatically gave her popularity. But Tawna now knew that she would need to trade all the Tawna now knew that she would trade all the popularity in the world just to keep her boyfriend. And after much though, why can't you spell thought right, author? There's a T at the end there. Tawna had decided what she needed to do, keep her boyfriend. She needed to keep him away from Pasadena. Yeah! Crash was sitting on the couch watching TV. He was the only one in the house currently awake. Coco had come home in tears and had gone to bed immediately. Crunch was at a friend's house. Aku was working a night shift. What the fuck is Aku's job? What the fuck can a wooden mask even do? Does he fucking work at the goddamn museum? Is he there when Ben Stiller resurrects everything with Night of the fucking Living Museum? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna raise a bunch of fucking bandicoots. All right, is that the canon in this universe? Who the fuck knows? Is he like a janitor or a fucking security guard? Can you imagine that? Does he jump on a burglar's face and accidentally give them invincibility? Is that how the fucking works? Crash wasn't really paying attention to the movie. He was thinking about his relationship with Tawna. He realized that the relationship was only going downhill and there was really nothing left to do. It was time for him to break up with Tawna. Pasadena's POV. Pasadena was sitting on her bed crying. She had just gotten a text from Tawna. It has said, stay away from my BF or you are kicked off the cheer team. Pasadena had never had the intention of stealing Crash. She had believed she had no choice of breaking up a 6-year that just wanted to be friends with Crash. But Tawna apparently thought otherwise. Pasadena's choice was clear. Crash or cheer. And Pasadena's decision was easily made. Cheer was the most important thing to Pasadena, but just because it was an easy decision didn't mean that the result would be easy. Chapter 5. Crash's POV. Crash slowly approached the school, not looking forward to what lay ahead. Today was the day he was going to break up with Tawna. It was 6 a.m. Crash had texted Tawna asking her to meet him in the foyer outside the gym, since she would already be there for morning practice. Crash approached the entry to the school foyer. He looked around, spotting Tawna in a corner waiting for him. She ran up to him, kissing him. This made Crash increasingly nervous.
Crash, there's something I need to tell you.
Tawna started.
Lately I realized I haven't been the best girlfriend. Actually, I haven't even been a good girlfriend. I want to apologize, and I want to tell you that from now on, things are going to be like they used to, like when we first started dating.
Crash swallowed nervously.
You see, here's the thing. I don't think things will ever go back to the way they used to be, Tawna. Tawna, I think we need to break up.
As Tawna's POV, Tawna felt as though her heart was breaking into 1,000 pieces.
What? But I thought...
Fucking can't spell thought, can you? Thought.
Maybe we could...
Speaking of thoughts, no, Tawna's totally a thought.
I thought we could talk about these. We could make things better. Crash, I'm willing to apologize and start over.
Crash sighed.
Tawna, I think that ship sailed a long time ago. I'm sorry, but I think it's time for us to break up.
Tears slowly started flowing down Tawna's face.
It's because of Pasadena, isn't it? You're breaking up with me because of her. She stole you from me. Pasadena is my friend. She had nothing to do with this. I don't even understand where you got that idea that Pasadena and I...
Crash was interrupted.
I didn't bullshit, mate. I know what's been going on between you two. She's trying to steal you from me. I can't let that happen. I can't believe you would throw away a 6-year relationship because of her. Crash, I love you.
Tawna said, the tears coming down even more now.
Tawna, I didn't make this decision easily. Please don't make it harder than it has to be. I've been trying to get back to where we were for years. It's too late now. You were too late,
Crash said, holding back tears of his own. Crash's POV. Crash started walking away, his head held low. Tawna screamed after him to come back and that they could work this out. Crash stopped for a second, but then he kept walking, hoping he had made the right decision. Coco's POV. The night before, Coco came home in past Crash in the kitchen. He looked up at her but didn't say anything. She hurried upstairs to her room, the tears still steaming down her face. She entered her room, looking around. Coco's room was entirely pink, as that was her favorite color. She had a walk-in closet in one corner. Next to the closet was her bed, and opposite that sat a dresser. A TV sat on top of the dresser. A big mirror sat to the left of the door. Opposite the door was a desk with a computer sitting on it. What's a teen without a computer, am I right, folks? Coco plopped down on her bed, still crying over her terrible mistake. The truth was that she had been in love with Spyro for a long time, but her fear of rejection had kept her from revealing her feelings. At the same time, she had been afraid that if they did start dating and broke up, that it might ruin their friendship. But now their chances of ever having a relationship were ruined, and Coco knew it was her fault. Spyro's POV, the present. Spyro entered the school, his head held low. It was 7:45. Class would be starting in 5 minutes. Spyro looked around, hoping to avoid Coco as much as possible. He didn't see her anywhere in the foyer. Foyer is like the author's favorite word this chapter, isn't it? So he continued on. He turned the corner and nearly ran into her, the person he least wanted to see right now. Spyro mentally face-palmed himself. Oh, hey, I guess. He kept walking past her. Coco grabbed his arm, stopping him. Spyro, don't! Don't try to spare my feelings. Look, I get it. You don't like me back. It's fine. I'll just leave you alone from now on. Spyro said, his face falling.
Spyro made a mistake. I do like you a lot,
Coco said. Spyro looked at her angrily. How am I supposed to trust you now? How do you know? How do I know that you're not just trying to spare my feeling? All of a sudden, Coco kissed Spyro.
That's how you'll know. I wouldn't have kissed you if I didn't love you, Spyro.
That was a tense moment in Crash Bandicoot High School. Man. Pasadena's POV. Pasadena walked down the hallway, having finished morning cheer practice. As she approached the main hallway, she saw Crash. He was walking towards her. He seemed to be sad and didn't seem to notice her yet.
Crash, are you okay?
She asked. Crash looked up at her.
No, not really,
he said. At her confused expression, he explained.
I broke up with Tawna. Why? Are you crazy? She's gonna blame me for this. Why?
Pasadena corrected her mistake.
Oh, why would she blame you?
Crash asked, feigning confusion.
Well, she sort of thinks I like you. She may have, threatened to kick me off the cheer team if she saw me with you.
Pasadena explained.
Well, Crash asked, do you like me?
Pasadena hesitated. Then with a sigh, she answered,
Well, yeah, I do, but I can't give up cheer. Do you want me to let you in on one of Tawna's secrets?
Crash asked.
She can't really kick people off the team. Only the coach can do that. Are you serious?
Pasadena asked.
Crash nodded. So, with that in mind, Pasadena, will you be my girlfriend?
What the, like the fucking day of, dude. The fucking day of. All right, here's Crash's fucking relationship mistakes. I mean, he's a fucking high schooler, so of course he doesn't get it. But as a man who's broken up with the same girl over text 2 times in a row in high school, I can tell you that it's just fucking stupid. You don't break up with a girl like at the beginning of the fucking day while she's going into cheer practice. If you really have to break up with someone, this is Brindaddy's relationship advice here. Do it at the end of the day. Try to do it on a weekend. You want to give them as much fucking time as you possibly can, unless you're a bitch or a bastard. If you're a bitch or a bastard, fine, do whatever you want. Be like me, break up with a girl over Facebook, break up with a girl over text. But if you want to be a good boy, a wholesome good boy, or a wholesome good girl, if you need to break up with someone, do it on a weekend. Just, that's the best way to do it. Unless you're like spending the weekend with them, otherwise that'd be pretty fucked up. I mean, do you really want to be like a fucked up bitch bastard? I don't think so. Fucking same day Crash. You fucking cunt. Pasadena smiled and nodded. She had long awaited this day, expecting it to never come because of Tawna, but now it was here, and Pasadena felt like the happiest girl in the world. Another Brindaddy relationship advice. Generally, it's not a good idea to, in my opinion, of course, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you have a healthy relationship because of this, but you don't just walk up to someone you like and be like, will you be my girlfriend? Generally, there has to be some kind of lead up towards it. This is basically just, hey, I broke up with my girlfriend. Hey, you wanna get in my truck and do a little bit of a fuck? You can't just do that. It's not how that fucking works. Real life doesn't work that way. I mean, this is fictional life, so maybe it works that way. Also, I hit my chair. Maybe it works that way, because it's all fictional. It's a fictional world. You can write whatever rules you want to write, but these people are incredibly one-dimensional garbage. Crash's POV a little while later. Crash had just walked into Pasadena to her first class. Now he was walking to his first class, smiling. For the first time in a long time, he was happy. As he was walking, he got a text. Hey, dude, I'm back from Canada. Be back at school tomorrow. We gonna hang? CC. It was from Carbon Crash. Crash's best friend since looked a lot like Crash. Crash's best friend since looked a lot like Crash. When they were kids, people would always ask if they were related. They weren't, but Crash and Carbon always got a kick out of saying they were. Carbon had been on a field trip to Canada for the last 2 weeks. Don't you mean vacation? A fucking field trip? What kind of fucking school lets kids go to Canada for 2 fucking weeks in high school? Is Crash going to the motherfucking preppiest of preppy schools? Is this story on the alignment chart the exact polar opposite of My Immortal? Are you telling me Sonic High School is at chaotic evil, My Immortal is at chaotic neutral, and this is like lawful evil? You know what, that's actually not the like polar opposite. It's just like lawful good. I don't think so. I don't want to call this lawful good. Let's just go lawful evil, chaotic neutral. Those are the alignments of these fanfictions. This one is just lawful evil because they're all fucking garbage preps. Anyway, where the fuck was I? It had been too expensive for Crash, so he'd opted, just sell your truck, dude. Sell your truck for a 2-week Canada trip. But he loves his truck so much, I hope he fucks his truck at the end. So he had opted out along with most of the remaining seniors. Unfortunately, Crash's nemesis, Luke, evil Crash, had also been on the trip and now would be returning. Crash walked into his math class. The first thing Crash noticed was that his teacher, nitrous oxide, wasn't in the class. That was strange because Crash was 5 minutes late. The second thing he noticed was that 3 of his peers, Dingodile, Crunk, and Nash, were beating up Norm, the school nerd. Dingodile was the school bully. He picked on everyone and barely anybody did anything about it. Crunk and Nash were Dingodile's best and only friends. They helped him with his wicked deeds. Norm was the biggest nerd in school. He was in senior math despite only being a sophomore. Dingodile had tipped Norm's desk over and broken it over his back. Jesus Christ! What the fuck is with these high schoolers? Broken it over his fucking back? Is this WW fucking E? Now he and his friends were taking turns kicking him in the ribs. Dingodile, leave him alone, Crash said. Nobody was surprised to have Crash standing up to Dingodile. Crash was the only person in the school who stood up to him on a regular basis. Dingodile had, after a couple of months back in freshman year, learned not to fight Crash. So Dingodile and his goons backed off as Crash helped Norm to his feet. He had a fellow student escort Norm to the nurse. Dingodile yelled after them, "One of these days, Crash won't be here to protect you." Crash grabbed Dingodile by the neck and shoved him into the wall.
If you ever touch him or anybody else again, I'll personally send you to the nurse,
Crash said. The class pitched in and cleaned up the room. They switched the broken desk for a new one. What kind of fucking high schoolers have immediate access to the room that has all the extra desks? Also, in this high school is just this room with a bunch of fucking desks that say, open this door and grab one of these desks in case Dingodile fucking breaks it over another student's back again. Piece of shit. They had just finished when Nitrous entered the room. The teacher didn't notice anything, and class proceeded as normally. Oh my fucking god. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things that if you want to watch more Crash Bandicoot High School, click them in the top right-hand corner. If you want to subscribe, hey, that's also an option. And if you want to jump into my Patreon hole, that'll be in the bottom right-hand corner for you. All right. Fucking god damn it.